I don't know. That ship looked like a balloon float, and that rock definitely looked like it was on a slip.
The entire world has been deceived on what Antarctica actually is. It's not just some mysterious continent at the bottom of our world. It is an ice wall boundary that circles the entire world, keeping the water in. I'm sure you've seen photos like this and became suspicious. Well, check out what it says in the book of Proverbs 9 verse 27. When he prepared the Shamayim, heaven, I was there. When he decreed a vault on the face of the deep ocean. When he gave to the sea its limit, so that the waters would not transgress his command. Look at that. He placed a vault upon the ocean, so the water would not pass his command. This is actually the map that pilots use. This map is also found in the United Nations logo. Notice how Antarctica is missing? It's because it goes all the way around. They know the truth. Now, if you need more proof, go to Google Earth. Go to Antarctica, and I want you to select the measuring tool here in the top left corner. Now we can go to any continent. Here's New Zealand, right? And you can basically make a border around it, and then it'll tell you the area that's inside that border you made. Now watch what happens when we do the same thing to Antarctica. Go all the way around and connect it at the end. Boom. Oh, look at that. Turns it into a border, an ice wall. They are required to put the truth right in our faces. All this is prophecy of Luke 12:2 and 3. Right? Whatever is concealed shall be revealed. Whatever is hidden shall be made known. Whatever they speak in the dark shall be heard in the light, and they shall also be proclaiming these things on the housetops. To them it's like a joke. They like to put the truth right in our faces. It's entertainment to them.
I know one thing, anybody that claim they Christian and believe that they on a ball with no firmament to separate the heavens from the earth must don't believe in the word.
I can't believe I'm saying this. The UK is now the worst country on earth. I'm leaving. See you on a flight. Yep, I'm getting on a plane right now. So if you don't know, let me quickly recap the stuff that's been going on in the UK recently. If you're American, this is going to interest you because you're going to be happier over there. We're destined for financial ruin. No one's got any money. Of course, there's been a lot of new plans since January to implement new things into the UK system, such as completely scrapping A-levels, meaning everybody has to stay in school for a lot longer. If you didn't know that, I'm sorry. Also, everybody now has to do maths and English until they're 18. You can't just choose your subject, whereas before you could say, oh, A-level, I'm going to do music and science, but no, not anymore. On top of that, there was the smoking and vaping bans, which I kind of agree, raising the legal age limit each year, so a 14-year-old today will never be able to buy a cigarette. But there was also a lot of talk about banning vaping, but now they've just added tax on vaping to make more money, so great. But now there was a study done recently on the best places on Earth and the worst places on Earth, ranked upon how happy people are living in that country. UK was like the best place on Earth a while ago. People would flock from all around the world to come to the UK. It was like a place where everyone was like, I can come here, I can make money, it's just an amazing place. We were probably a little bit too lenient on that, you know. So the UK is now officially the second most depressing country in the world. So not quite first, but we're probably coming for that number one spot. Uzbekistan is in number one, so shout out my Uzbekistani people. Now, apparently this is all because of the pandemic. Everybody is still depressed, everybody is jobless, everybody is, you know, miserable because of what happened back in 2020, and I get some of that, but I don't think it's all down to that. So yeah, I really don't know. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like the UK? And if you want to leave, where should we go? Follow button, and I will see you in the next.
Kayakers been encountering shit like this lately, y'all. Yo, look at this shit. Tell me if y'all see it. Hold on, pay attention. Y'all see the head right there? Bro, that's a siren.
looked like fish flopping around, and the last one kind of looked like a seal. I don't know, who knows?
United States government that the CIA has a program. Whatever. I'm just going to say it anyway. Look, it's run by Kit Green. Kit Green, you know, is a guy, veteran CIA officer, and what they're doing is they are using the data from these DNA what do you call it? Services? You know, the Ancestry.com, and what's the other one?
23andMe.
23andMe. Okay, they have backdoors. These companies, they tell you your data is secure with us, like your DNA, you know, is private and it'll be secure with us. Bullshit. Yeah. They have backdoors. CIA has backdoors to this data, and they're mining this data to look for genetic anomalies in the population. And this gets back to one of the problems I have with the way Grush phrased things when he said non-human.
Imagine taking a trip somewhere and seeing a little 10-year-old that looks just like you when you was 10. These companies are getting out of hand.
I'm reading this fascinating study on brain health and the consequences of digital technology use, particularly on young people. It explored how extensive screen time and technology can sometimes lead to heightened attention deficit symptoms, impaired emotional and social intelligence, social isolation, and so forth. And I'm going to share something fascinating about the brain at the end. But some of the insights are quite alarming and really important to know. In a study of around 1,700 young adults between 19 and 32, using social media more than 2 hours a day doubled the odds for perceived social isolation, compared with using it less than 30 minutes each day. But these statistics actually held true for middle-aged and older adults as well. And they cited possible explanations for such findings include reduced offline social experiences and the tendency to make upward social comparisons based on highly curated social media feeds that produce unrealistic expectations. They examined kids between the ages of 8 and 12. And there were many fascinating insights, but this one, structurally, increased screen time relates to decreased integrity of white matter pathways necessary for reading and language. And then, of course, I don't think it's any surprise the younger kids are put in front of screens, such as 2, 3 years old. The less reading time they're exposed to leads to poor language development and other aspects of functioning. And of course, not all screen time all the time is bad. But this part of the study is really cool. I actually saw the psychiatrist speak today at South by Southwest. That's why I'm reviewing his study. So they had 51 school children spend 5 days at an overnight nature camp. No screens, no TVs, no phones. It measurably improved their nonverbal emotional and social cues. And as Gary Small, the professor that I saw speak today and co-author of this study, stated on the panel, it's evidence that the brain can change, and potential negative impacts of technology don't have to be permanent. The brain is, of course, malleable, but physical, social connections matter. Getting outside matters. Reading matters. And we need a lot more of this type of research and studies on the impacts of screens, digital technology, social media platforms on mental health, brain health. Where we are with technology right now, or with screens and social media, the car has been invented, seatbelts have not.
And now that I do believe. These kids remind me of people back in the day who like to picture books with limited words.
All 5 senses are keys to the subconscious mind. First up, we have taste.
The taste buds could also be considered as what you eat. This is a good example on how what you eat can affect your subconscious. See, when you eat things with the red dot 40, it can make you aggressive and have mental disorders, altering the subconscious. Next, we have what you're hearing. Everything that you're listening to, including music, conversations that you're having with people, those things are stored inside of your subconscious on replay. How do you think certain songs get stuck inside of your head? Or when you have an argument with somebody, certain particular things that they say, you can't get it out of your head. Next, we have one of the most deadly ones, sight, what you see. Eyes is the key to the soul, both inwardly and outwardly. For example, the subliminals that we be seeing in TV shows, or how little kids, they do exactly what their parents do because they seen them do it. Now it's in their subconscious to do it. The next up on the list is smell. Smell is one of the most underrated, untalked about senses of them all. But smell carries information to the brain and attaches itself to a memory. You see this picture right here. Or for another example, somebody you talking to wearing a certain perfume or a certain cologne. When you walk away from them, now you can still imagine how they smell. Then we have touch. You touch or feel something that also transfers information to the brain. Like if something is hot or cold, or something makes you feel pain. it's all information transferred to the subconscious. Y'all let me know what y'all think about on how all 5 senses is connected to the subconscious in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Everything absorbs into your subconscious. That's why adults need to be careful on what they allow their children to see and witness. You might not think they paying attention, but their subconscious is.
I've got a couple of clips of something that was seen over the southwest of the United States just the other night. Like I said, couple of clips. So after this one, I'll show you the next. Then I'll tell you what I'm thinking it is. Booskies. Now the next clip is a closer view of the same incident, but just right after what I showed you. Here we go, Booskies. Wait till you see how this thing just changes into something else almost. Like I said, once this clip is done, I'll tell you what I think. While this does look like a rocket launch, and that makes a lot of sense, how many of these rockets do we need launched from the United States that we're getting a clip of these at least once a week? Tell me what you think, Booskies. Shabadoo.
I heard there was rocket launches. I heard boosters separating. But to me, it looked like they going overtime trying to break that firmament and get the hell up out of here.
Morbid Facts, Part 208. Just last month, Sheldon Johnson went on the Joe Rogan Experience to tell the story of how he turned his life around after serving 25 years in prison for a minor offense. The same guy was arrested earlier this week for allegedly murdering a man and storing his head in the freezer. In 2017, a group of Maryland college students consumed so much alcohol at a house party that the air in the house registered a reading of .01 on a breathalyzer. In 2003, 2 Australian teens spent 22 hours in a tree above rising floodwaters after a crocodile killed their friend and showed off the boy's body to them. The 13-foot croc then stalked them in the tree all night long until a helicopter finally rescued them the next day. In 1968 Vietnam, Marines William Cox and James Hollingsworth met in a bunker where they vowed to reconnect every New Year's Eve if they survived. The tradition persisted for an incredible 5 decades until Sergeant Hollingsworth sadly passed away. This photo shows Sergeant Cox faithfully standing guard for his comrade one last time.
I remember watching that episode on Joe Rogan, and the first thing I thought about was like, that dude still looked like a stepper. And that's a lot of drinking. If the air tested for alcohol, they need to open some doors up around there. And that croc got the right idea. When I see bugs in my house, I like to kill them and keep them where they at so they buddies and know what I'm about.
Everything in this world is controlled by dark forces. So why do you think they can do whatever they want to do and nothing ever happens to them? So I'm sure by now everyone heard about the boxer that's trying to be a whistleblower. Did you know boxing is actual ritual? First I want to say it's 12 rounds of boxing. Yeah, 12 months in a year. So they're letting you know that this is going to be a ritual that happens all throughout the year. Number 12 is also connected to the clock because there's only 12 hands on the clock. Once you step into the boxing ring, you will notice there is lights above their heads. The lights above their heads actually symbolizes the stars above our heads. Lights, camera, action. Whatever happens in a boxing ring is not real. It's all action and entertainment. But the boxing ring is also a square. Do you know where the square really come from? This is the square, the cube, or the box that have all of our souls in prison. Remember this planet right here. This planet controls everything on this planet. Everything from money, entertainment, and all kind of dark rituals. Even when you graduate, what do they give you? They put the cube on your head or the box. And you walking down the street, you see cubes, rectangles, and squares. This go back to the prison. Even when you play all these video games, it's always a square or a rectangle. It's the cube. They're laughing at us and mocking us and calling us squares because we don't understand what's going on. We worship all these celebrities not knowing they have us under some kind of dark ritual. Once you open your third eye, you will notice that this cube is all throughout the world. All throughout the world because everyone in the world was actually in some kind of prison. Our prison cells are the cells in our body. Our spirit is locked away. The 12 rounds in these boxing matches represents each month throughout the year because every year we're going to be in some kind of dark ritual where they steal our energy. By the way, today is the new moon and the moon is connected to this planet right here. We are always in some kind of dark ritual. Boxing is a ritual. Lights, camera, action.
A lot of stuff he speak makes sense. I'll be all ears.
If you missed the Ryan Garcia live, watch this video. I would show y'all the video, but they took it down 2 times. In this live, he started off with Child T-Word is a worldwide industry and it makes a lot of money. And then he goes on to say that 1.2 million children are going through this every year. And then he also mentions that it's time we start speaking up for the kids. Now, here's what I was going to say in both of my videos that they took down. Let's not forget about the movie The Sound of Freedom. When this movie first came out, they did not want this movie out. If you haven't seen it, this movie is explaining what Ryan Garcia is talking about. And almost down to the T, just without all the ritualistic stuff. Definitely, please go check this movie out if you had the time. Next, we got Monsters, Inc. If you haven't gone back and watched this movie with a spiritual eye, then you need to. This movie is also explaining what Ryan Garcia is talking about. Even if you just go on YouTube after this video and type in The Scare Floor, you'll see what I mean. And let's not forget Dr. Sleep. This movie explains the same thing that Ryan Garcia is talking about. It's basically talking about kids who have a shine and kids who don't. And the kids that have a particular shine can attract those types of people. This movie is overall spiritual and I suggest you go watch it. Oh, and let's not forget about Christmas. The truth really be right in our face. Santa is also Krampus. And Krampus likes... And Santa also likes, if you ain't know, Santa is also Satan. That's why it sounds similar. So while we supporting their holidays, we really going along with their rituals that they came up with. And this is exactly why I had to come back and make this video 3 times. Because it's not just about getting this information out there. It's about speaking up for these kids. And people need to know this information. Because nothing is going to change if we don't speak up for real. And mind you, from what I've seen, no other person in the industry is speaking on Ryan Garcia's situation. So that just goes to show you the truth. It's been in our face many, many times. And not to mention, they made us watch this movie while we were kids. And that should make you feel some type of way. Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments, please. Crystal Jewelry is also a...
Hey ladies, I want you to listen to this video. This is why it's very important to be mindful what we put on top of our skin, especially while you are pregnant. And fellas, I want you to listen up too because this is our children. Check this out.
I looked this up to make sure this was accurate because I didn't believe it at first that there's only 11, and it is true. There's only 11 chemicals that are banned from our cosmetics or body lotions or whatever we're putting on our skin. The thing that really bothers me is that our babies are not being born pure. I found this study to show you. This is by the Environmental Working Group, and what they found was they took 10 babies and tested their cord blood. They found 287 chemicals in their cord blood of these 10 babies. Stain and oil repellents used in fast food packaging, clothing and textiles, including Teflon, in the baby's cord blood. They found ingredients such as waste from burning coal, gasoline, and garbage, pesticides, consumer product ingredients in the cord blood. They know that 180 cause cancer in humans or animals, 217 are toxic to the brain and nervous system, and 208 cause birth defects or abnormal development in animal tests. So this is pretty outstanding. There's a link if you guys want to look it up. The other crazy part is the parent hadn't been exposed to any out-of-range chemicals before. They weren't working in factories or exposed to high levels of toxins. They're just regular people. So our babies are born highly toxic, and it's just awful to me. It breaks my heart. So why is this happening? Because the FDA sold out is basically what it comes down to. 99% of food chemicals introduced since 2000 were green-lighted for use by food and chemical companies rather than properly reviewed by the Food and Drug Administration. So here's the big kicker. These substances end up in what we eat thanks to a legal loophole that allows food to be classified as generally recognized as safe. These companies are basically just making the laws for themselves. How is this possible? Well, you got lobbyists. It's all money. It all goes back to money.
Gotta be mindful what we put on our body because there's a whole bunch of natural products out there that we can put on our body that won't even actually do that type of stuff. And then you have companies like Bath and Body Works that we entrust in order to make good products for us without putting harmful chemicals in it, and then we find out that they really do this. So yeah, this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. But did you guys know that? Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace out.
I can definitely see that. The way our skin absorbs stuff, and women love putting on makeup and lotions and unaware that it's really absorbing and the effects it can have. We gotta be more careful out here.
Hey, y'all seen this yet?
Once again, that's my line. Y'all check this out. This is for everybody saying that giants don't exist, and we still don't know if they do or not. So look, let's just hit images. Look at all these newspaper articles, man. Look, giant skeleton at Fergus Falls. Prehistoric giant bones are found. I mean, these are all race of men who were giants, like different, you know what I mean? Look at all these old, and these are from all over the world. Look, India, this is what Indian giants. 3 skeletons and oldest. I mean, it's incredible, man, to have this much about history. But a lot of these articles, when you click on them, they're gone. Like you can't, they don't exist. It's blog removed, this removed, that removed. And my thing is, why is that? Why are they removing all these articles of the giants? Like, look, ancient burial mounds uncovered. We can go on for days like this. I'm about to go live though, so y'all check it out. Let's see.
Become too smart for TikTok and get shadow banned for knowing things like the Nokia 6G implants by 2030. That definitely is not a precursor to the mark. Also, Motorola has a digital tattoo patent that's been around for at least 10 years that has all your info and connects to the Internet of Things. Everything. Still definitely not the mark, and also not related at all to the Kenya digital ID push. No more IDs or plastic. Everybody is digitally registered. Good old BG and his awesome ideas, having everybody in the crowd applauding. On this idea of chipping and microchipping and implants and bio upgrades, there are reports of a doctor that has taken a lot of alien implant chips, supposedly. I'll let you decide if it's true or not. But this whole idea of bio upgrades, that you could be talking to somebody with a Neuralink or some sort of other bio enhancement going on, where they're literally scanning the internet in their head, or for knowing about things like Detroit portals, which of course there's always this art excuse. Abramovich, art. Example done. It's not art. It's an excuse. These portals, whether sculptures or electromagnetic tech, are actually popping up everywhere, and have been for a little while. If you've been suckered in by fake conspiracies like Italy has had no birth in 3 months, don't worry, you're not alone. The internet is filled with actual fake conspiracies. Although Italy's birth rate has been low, when I looked it up, I found Google page 1 riddled with things that made it look like it was true. But when I checked the sources and all the info, it looked like it wasn't true. I encourage you to look up everything and not settle for what Google page 1 looks like. But what not's fake, but all for entertainment for TikTok purposes, are the banks not having funds available when people go to withdraw, happening to a lot of different banks. And on the news. Say, these banks not having cash isn't related to the digital push of everything, is it? Well, those bio upgrades, free handouts are looking more and more like sweet salvation for the mind-controlled, abused masses, or finding a Detroit portal would be pretty slick. But that's exactly how it's intended to be in the Matrix. But I'm not taking the bait. I choose to find hope, no matter how much they want to hide it. I choose to find goodness and be positive. And so can you, because it surely exists, and surely is the savage truth. Besides, you've already been marked. If you've found that highest savage truth, then you're an heir of a new kingdom. See you next time.
Up again, Costco. With the storage prep, Apocalypse Foods.
Walmart are made of plastic.
Made out of fucking plastic. Glue or some shit. I think I'm gonna make some breakfast. This shit is fucking plastic. The whole top part is plastic. All this is plastic. I just cook the fucking egg. It's plastic.
Keep watching.
Only real is this yellow shit. Even the bottom, this shit plastic. This shit fucking plastic. Look at this shit. This shit is plastic.
There is something up with the eggs. It goes well beyond just the feed and the yolk being on the outside. Something is up with the eggs.
It's like
this woman boiled them, and they came out this deformed with the internal yolk that's rubbery instead of pasty. Look at this crap.
This are those rubber eggs, honestly. Can you believe that? It's so gross. And these are from Eggland, okay? Has this ever happened to anybody where your eggs turn out to be rubber and hard? Look at that. They kind of bounce. Oh, this is so gross.
Egg from Aldi. Wait, there's more. This is also an egg from Aldi. I don't know. I'm a little suspicious of their food now. I felt pretty confident about their food. But now, not so much.
Anybody else for some eggs? And I like Aldi. Supposedly they don't have all the extra preservatives like we have in our food. When I stayed in Germany, I used to always go to Aldi's and get my food. Over there, I had to go to the market like 2 or 3 times a week because the food is spoiled so quick because of no preservatives. Over here, meat'll last for weeks. We gotta be selective what we put in our bodies. We can't put unleaded in a diesel car and expect for it to run.
Do you ever think about the food we're eating?
Nigga, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm eating 1 meal a day. Nigga, I'm eating 1 meal a day. Timing that motherfucker like, 3:30. That's by choice, my nigga. No, it ain't. It's not really by choice. You're not eating 1 meal a day by choice. It's not really by choice. It's not really.
You tightening the belt?
It's not really by choice. It's just the more you learn. The more you learn about food. The more you learn about the imports. The more you learn about what they're trying to do with the supermarkets. The more you learn about your favorite restaurants. The more you just learn, the more you learn about your health. Yeah. It's like, oh. Like the more you learn they trying to kill us. Yeah. And everything.
Or not necessarily kill you. Not even necessarily kill you. Just make money off you.
Yeah.
So we'll make you sick so that we can give you the medicine.
Exactly.
So we making money from you eating the bullshit, and we making money from us.
Us trying to quote unquote heal you.
Yeah.
But you're never healed.
Yeah. No, just make you live with it. That's it. They know we trying to live. They trying to put all that shit, asbestos in your side. No, nigga.
Yo, and that little dusty ass salad be $40. You try to eat healthy, it's $40. You try to eat some bullshit, $7.99.
I knew he was fucked up when wasn't no more dollar menus, man. Can't even get nothing for $1 no more. It's over. It's a wrap.
Yo, dog, what? We not supposed to eat the dollar shit? Yo, the dollar shit is the bullshit.
I'm saying though, even the bullshit done got expensive now. Was my point.
Yo, damn.
Shit, Wendy's talking about doing just Wendy's. Wendy's said they thinking about, you know how Uber got surge pricing? Well, they thinking about surge pricing, raising the price of the burgers at times when the restaurant is busier.
Really? That's crazy.
No bullshit.
That's crazy.
Yo, imagine that though. You pull up, yo, I know whatever you get is normally this price, but because it's busy right now, it's that price. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Now, I hate to break this to you, but that mother in the apple cider vinegar in the bottom of the bottle is not what you think. What you've been told, it's a special mixture of friendly bacteria and maybe certain enzymes that are going to help you. Well, what they didn't tell you is this. You can't see friendly bacteria. You can't see enzymes. What that sediment really is at the bottom of the bottle, it's unfiltered fiber. Many companies that have the so-called mother actually heat their apple cider vinegar. They use high pressure. And both heat and high pressure destroy those enzymes and friendly bacteria. So the secret of having the true mother in an apple cider vinegar bottle is finding a company that sells raw apple cider vinegar that doesn't use high pressures.